Hey guys, another video here. That's what we got. That's how the bike looks like. And if you want to see the full build of this bike, I'll leave a link in the description so you can check it out if you want. It's a cool video, pretty long, and I thought I want to change something. I've been riding a lot of road lately, so I've been thinking of changing the handlebars so I can have more like leaning forward road position, although it's not a road bike. So here you can see I bought this new handlebars. These are BullHorn, and I've got all the pieces here. A new stem with shifters on the stem. You can see the stem here. It's a pretty cool stem. New brake levers. These are especially made for BullHorn. I guess you can use them for other things too, but they're different brake levers, so they're quite appropriate for BullHorn. You'll see why. Yeah, here I'm starting to disassemble the old cockpit. I was thinking on reusing some of the cables, but then I realized it won't be possible, so I'm just disconnecting the brakes, as you can see, rear brake, the derailleurs and all of that stuff. I'm gonna be keeping this cockpit basically intact. I'm gonna just take it off with the stem and everything, with the shifters, the brake levers, the cables and everything. So maybe in the future, if I want to go back to this setup, I can do it easily. So yeah, here just removing everything from the stem with the cables and everything as it goes. And I'm gonna need a cable hanger for the front brake, for the front cantilever. So I'll try and fit one. I'm not sure if that's gonna be possible because this fork is quite short. Maybe it won't fit. So let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna have to remove a spacer. I already removed it. And here's the cable hanger. Tried to put it the regular way, but it was touching the fork nut, so I thought I'd just install it upside down, and this way it worked. Here you can see it. Yeah, just putting back the nut and everything, making sure it's nice and tight. But it's still loose enough so it moves freely. Yeah, that's that. The cable hanger is installed, and here I'm gonna put the stem on the handlebars, being careful not to scratch anything. This stem is pretty cool, but I don't know, it's super long and it's like negative, so it goes like down. It's a proper like road bike stem. Greasing it up a little bit. I already installed the shifters on the stem. These are friction shifters, pretty cool. I don't remember when was the last time I rode friction shifters, but I thought that's gonna be a cool setup. So yeah, here's the stem with the handlebars and the friction shifters going in. Making sure it's tight. Yeah, let's check it. I mean, it looks really cool, but now you can see my riding position. It's pretty radical. It's super long, this stem, so I wasn't really sure. Here you can see I'm just checking different positions, but when you go to the horns, it's really like far away, and it's quite weird. So I don't know, we'll see. Here I'm installing the brake levers. It's pretty cool because they kind of work backwards, so you can set the cables both ways. They can go out to the front or to the back, and it's pretty cool for that style of handlebars because you can just have the cables going backwards to the handlebar, and then you can just wrap them and they stay hidden. And that's the idea behind those brake levers. They're pretty cool. Cheap AliExpress ones, but they work. Here you can see that's the way I'm gonna do the cabling, so they go backwards. I'm just measuring the cable housings here. That's the rear brake. It looks really nice. I really like the way these handlebars look with this stem, colors and everything. Here I'm taping the cable housings just to keep them where they should be. I'm not gonna wrap the handlebars for now. I'm gonna just install everything, make sure everything works, and then go for a test ride and see what's what. Okay, and now installing the cables. Here you can see how the brake lever goes like to the front and pulls the cable away from the housing. I don't know, I've never seen that kind of lever before. I guess a lot of people know those, but that was my first time seeing those. Pretty cool. And yeah, that cable's in. The difference is also these brake levers, they work with shifter cables with a different ball at the end. And yeah, you just getting the front brake done, measuring the housing, cutting it. Here's the cable. I don't know if you can see the ball, but yeah, they're just shifter cables. Okay, connecting the front brake. Yep, it works. Pretty nice. And now it's time for the shifters. As I told you, it's maybe has been like, I don't know, 20 years since I rode friction shifters. And these are pretty cool because they're like installed on the stem. To be honest, it's not the most comfortable thing. If you shift a lot, and I shift a lot because where I live it's like really hilly, and you need a lot of shifting, and it takes some time to get used to it. It's a lot easier if you have just like index shifting on your handlebars, but these look a lot cooler, like old school shifters. They are actually. They look cooler in my opinion, and the other thing is I didn't want to install shifters on the handlebars because then there's going to be more cables on the handlebars. It's going to be more complicated to wrap the handlebars and all that, so I thought that was a cool option, and it is cool. I like it. It's a bit more challenging shifting and all of that, and especially because they're friction shifters, you kind of have to get used to it. It's not like index shifting. But setting it up is a lot easier. You just connect them and they work. You don't have to do a lot of setting up. You just have to set up the limiters on the derailleurs so you don't drop your chain, and that's that. Okay, you can see. And I don't know if it was me, but I connected them to kind of work backwards too. So when I pull the lever towards me, it goes to an easier gear at the back, and when I push it to the front, it goes to a harder gear at the back. So it's kind of backwards, but I mean, you just get used to it. It's all right. And here you can see I'm checking the position, and from this shot here you can clearly see it's pretty uncomfortable. My arms are totally straight, and I mean I'm reaching way out to be able to get to the brakes. That's like the least extreme position, and it's pretty extreme in my opinion. And then when I go to the brakes, it's just crazy. I'm basically, if you can see here, I'm in front of the front axle, so it's pretty extreme. But I thought I'll go out and check it anyways, see how it rides. So yeah, that's the next day. I basically realized it's not viable. It's just too uncomfortable. I did like an hour and something long ride, and I was just exhausted. It was pretty hard, pretty uncomfortable. So I thought I'm gonna have to change something, and that's the stem. So I thought I'll just put a different stem, not so long, and maybe not a negative stem, not a stem pointing downwards. So let's see if that helps, because otherwise I really like those handlebars. They're really comfortable, and I mean it's something different. I wanna try. I'll try and ride like that for a while, and it looks real cool. So yeah, here I'm taking out the handlebars, and I tried to kind of keep the cables and the cable housings on, but it was basically not possible. So I'm gonna have to do the cabling again. Taking off the shifters, taking off the stem, and I'm just gonna sneak in the other stem. Not gonna disconnect the shifters. At least that's something. Yeah. Here you can see the new stem I'm gonna use. It's not a new stem, but yeah, the new stem. You can see the difference. It's a pretty big difference. That new one is a lot shorter, and it's not negative. It has a little raise to it. So I guess that's gonna be a big change, and I hope it's comfortable. We'll see. Yeah, just installing the new stem. It's just a stem I got from the local flea market. A lot of cool parts at this place. I try to go like once a month or something, and almost every time I find something interesting. Yep, that's the stem in. Let's put the handlebars too. You can see I didn't disconnect the front brake, placed that. It was a bit of a challenge getting all the cables organized and as discreet as possible. You'll see later. I had to do a few trials to get it, but at the end I think the result is pretty nice. And yeah, here I'm checking the new riding position, and it's a lot better, a lot more comfortable. I don't know if it's just me that I'm not used to ride in this position, but the other stem was just too radical for me. It was way too much of a reach. Yeah. Connecting the front brake. It's all good. Installing the rear brake, the brake lever again. And here I'm kind of playing with the cable management, something like that. And you'll see later, it looks quite nice. Here you can see the cables are pretty nicely organized. It looks really nice, I like it. Kind of a lot clearer than the other handlebar. It doesn't have that many like shifters and cables on it. And yeah, here you can see the new riding position. A lot more like not so crazy, not so aggressive, more relaxed. I can still get down like this, which was my kind of the thing I wanted to try to experiment with. Yeah, that riding position is a lot better, a lot more relaxed than the other one. Still not gonna wrap the handlebars. Here you can see I'm going for a test ride just to check if everything works, if it's comfortable, and then I'm gonna go and wrap the handlebars. And I really liked it. It's a different experience. It's like a totally different bike with those handlebars. And as a side effect, I mean, with the brake levers I had before, my brakes didn't work as well because I had V-brake brake levers, and those are cantilevers, the brakes, and they didn't work as well. But with those brake levers, they're just perfect. So it's like a bonus, like a side effect I really liked. And here I'm going for the tape. You can see me wrapping the handlebars. That's the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me. I just saw a couple of YouTube videos, and if it's like a normal drop bar handlebar, it's I think it's gonna be easier. But those BullHorns, they normally use them as on fixes, so they don't have brake cables and brake levers on the handlebars normally, and it looks a lot easier to wrap it that way. But when you put those brake levers and the cables and everything, it gets a bit more complicated, especially towards the end when you get to the cable. I had to kind of improvise a little bit, but you'll see, I think it turned out quite good at the end. And yeah, here I'm gonna just tape it a little bit, because you can't go to the end of the handlebar, otherwise you won't be able to fit the brake levers. They're not as wide to go over the tape, so you need to leave a little bit of naked handlebar at the end. I tried to do my best, so you'll see. That's the finished thing. You'll see it now. Looks good. I like it. Quite clean. No cables or anything. You can see it looks like there's no cables basically. Pretty pleased with the result. Maybe not the best wrapping job, but still it's my first time. So yeah, that's that. Here you can see the finished bike. And I've been riding it for a couple of weeks now. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a really nice change. Totally feels like a different bike, and I'm really enjoying it. And with those shifters and everything, it's like you don't see bikes like this every day on the street, so I don't know, I like it. Pretty happy with it. And those shifters, as I told you, it takes a bit of getting used to those, but then they're really easy to set up and they're nice. I like them. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's a different experience basically, so I like it. Okay guys, that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.